here, Dale from Peace Rocks and Garden. Got a little bit of a sweat going on. It is July 2nd. Today was the day I cleaned out the cold storage. So this is my report on how my first season, start to finish, went on this initial build. You may recall, and I'll put a link in the description below, or at least I'll attempt to, I'm not sure how. This is the cold storage I built last fall. 4 feet from edge of wall inside to the outside, 2 feet above. I've been slowly building on it just to totally close it in, so that'll be finished here by the end of the month. However, couldn't be more stoked. I believe I harvested in late September, so October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. We're just beginning July, so 9 full months of storage, and we've been eating all winter long. So I still, after 9 months of storage, have usable potatoes. These will probably last us enough until I'm ready to harvest the new potatoes in another 2 months. So pretty stoked. We actually didn't eat as much beets as we were thinking, but here's the crazy story. I have only thrown out maybe 5 pounds worth of beets. These are all perfect still. No issue whatsoever. I'm just blown away. So the beets stored flippin' amazing. I think I got lots of canning, or maybe the food bank. I'm not entirely sure. However, I do have a lot of potatoes that sprouted. Now, to be fair, I've already planted about that many in the garden. I've got 5 or 6 rows. So I'm hoping to harvest a little less this year because you can see we had a lot of leftover. Just couldn't eat them all. If I'd have been on my game a little bit quicker, I could have probably gotten to these before they started to sprout really hard and food bank. But that's kind of the way it goes. So, and there's the other way. So that basically is going in the compost. So not really to waste, but couple takeaways. Don't use those. If you're going to store stuff, use a hard-sided tote like that, because those just bow out and break and just give you no end of grief. So if you're going to put any kind of weight in those, you're going to be a sad person. Same with that guy. Don't use the soft plastic. Use the hard plastic, or if you're going to build your own, build them out of wood. However, a couple other takeaways. I had a whole bunch of, if you look at some of the other videos when I was building it, I put down plastic, I don't know, whatever you call those things, the pallets, plastic pallets. And what I found was all the little small potatoes, if I dropped 1 or 2, or some of the onions or what have you, would get underneath the plastic pallet because it's got holes in it, and would sit there and begin to rot, which made awesome mouse food. And of course, we don't want any mice in here. I have no idea how they got in, but they sure did. So I took all the plastic pallets out and just put it straight to hard floor so that there is 0 left in here for those little beasties. I took all the sand that I had used last year for storage because it's all perfectly dry, and that's what you want when you store stuff, dry sand. It's kind of a mixed sand and gravel. Anyways, it worked really well. So I just put a little bin there, and I'm just going to let it continue to dry out through the summer. And I am going to do a few more things a little differently. So there are some of the totes that I was using that I'm going to reuse. But even these hard plastic totes, once they're loaded with sand and potatoes or beets or whatever else I'm putting in there, they're about 140, 150 pounds. Now, I'm not a small guy, but I'm getting old, and moving them around proved to be a little bit more of a chore than I was really wanting. So you can buy these in half storage. So that's what I'm going to do this year. If I have to, I'll reuse these guys, but I'm pretty sure I can find another use. And I'm going to buy the ones that are half the capacity and use those to store. The lids will fit both, so I don't need to buy more lids. I just need to buy more totes. And then I'm going to build basically a rack system that can slide in and out underneath here with those thinner totes. I did have onions in here, but they popped off really fast. I think it was just because the moisture in here was too high because I had built it last year and there's still a lot of moisture. But I'm going to be suspending burlap sacks, kind of like hammocks. And that's what I'm going to put my squashes and onions in, or on anyways, hanging from the ceiling, with the hopes that the little mice can't get anything hanging from the ceiling. So that's that plan. So overall, the 2022-2023 winter storage went amazing. Super happy. So anyways, for those who are interested, cheers, and we'll yak at you another time. Thanks. Bye.